my name is James with ESS. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up a green screen like the one I have behind me with our OBS software. To do this, first we want to select the scene that we know our camera is in that we'll be adding our green screen effect to. In this case, I only have one scene available, so I'll be selecting my scene 1. Once I selected my scene, I generally like to come inside my sources box first, click inside the box, and then click on the source that I need to edit. In this case, we'll be adding a green screen effect or a chroma key effect to our camera 1. I want to click on my camera 1, and then I want to click on the filters button right above our sources box. Once you click on that filter button, this window will pop up showing you that you can add audio-visual filters or effect filters. Since we're only dealing with green screen effects, we want to add a effect filter. In this case, we want to click on the plus button on the bottom of our effect filters. This window will pop up showing you the multiple effects that we can add to our camera 1. Since I know our background will be a chroma key effect, I want to scroll up and click on chroma key. Once I click on chroma key, this window will pop up, allowing you to name our filter. In this case, I want to name it green screen, so I'm going to do that now, and then click OK. Once we added our effect, you can see that we have multiple settings that we can change for our green screen. But I'm already cropped out. That is one of the powerful things about OBS software. If we had a different color as our background, it'll be simple to select and choose what color that is. In this case, let's say if we had a blue background as our green screen. Simply by coming over to our color key type and clicking on the drop-down menu, we can see that we can do blue, magenta, or a custom color. But in this case, I'm only going to stick with green because that's what majority of people use, is green screens. If I needed to change any of my settings, I can change the similarity, smoothness, key color spill, quality, content, and the brightness and gamma. In this case, I am very satisfied with my shot, so I'm going to click on close at the bottom of our filter box. Once we click OK, you can see that I've already been cropped out from my green screen and I'm already perfectly in frame. But I want to add just a little bit more. Let's say I want to add a background to my green screen. This is super easy with our OBS system. To do this, first we want to click inside our sources box first, and then click on the plus button at the bottom of our sources box. Once we click on our plus button at the bottom of our sources box, we want to scroll up to image. Once we click on image, we can create a new image or add an existing image. And we can name our image here. I know I want to name this green screen background, so I'm going to do that now. Once I'm satisfied with the name, I want to click OK at the bottom of the box. Once this window pops up, this will allow us to select what file we want to represent as our green screen background. To select the file, we want to click on Browse. Once we click on Browse, this window will pop up, allowing us to select a file off of our desktop. I know my file is in my tutorial folder, so I'm going to double tap tutorial. And now I can see my green screen background right here. I want to click on my green screen background and click Open. Once I've confirmed that this is the file that I want as my green screen background, I want to come down and click OK. Once I click OK, you can see that I'm gone and you can't see me anymore. This is something that OBS does as layerings. If my green screen image is above my camera, it thinks that this is more important than my camera. A simple dragging of my source right under my camera source. Look, I magically popped up. Before I do anything else, I want to fit my background into my image. Simply by right-clicking on the image, coming down to transform, and stretch to screen. Once I've done that, now you can see I have my full image right representing as my green screen. This is a way that you can manipulate where you are filming, even though I'm actually sitting in my office, but it looks like I'm on a studio set. This is one of the best things about green screen is that you can add multiple files to this to represent as your background. Once you are satisfied with everything, you are ready to rock and roll.